All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, or Chakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who also rule well. Peace and salutation of those of the hopeful elect. All right, just want to do a quick lesson. All right, going into this article. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Yep, here it is right here. It's in Time Magazine. All right, that's where this article, it was posted today. It says, here's why the U.S. is no longer the world's only superpower. All right, when I seen that title, all right, my mind automatically, started thinking about the scriptures, all right, and prophecy, all right, particularly, Joel, the 3rd chapter, okay, because at one point, America, okay, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible, all right, the virgin daughter of Babylon, all right, America, this place was once untouchable, all right, every country in the world wanted to be like the United States of America. Okay. And on top of that, the United States, had power over these countries. All right. These other nations, they were they were inferior to America's, economy, America's army. Okay. But now we're in a time where all that has changed, okay? The article, there's a Time Magazine. It says, here's why the U.S. is no longer the world's only superpower, okay? And I'll read a little bit of it, and then I'll get some scriptures and begin to close it out. All right, but this is pertaining to Joel, the 3rd chapter, okay? But it says, over the past several decades, the world order has shifted. Today, the United States is no longer a unipolar uber power. And this shift has dramatic implications for those inside and outside of our borders. So I'm going to continue to read. It says, I have long been a student of and practitioner of statecraft. For 4 decades, I worked for both Democrat and Republican presidents, including as the head of policy planning for George H.W. Bush and as a special envoy for President Bill Clinton, as well as a member of the National Security Council staff for Presidents Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama. So that's whoever this guy is, okay? Dennis Ross, okay? So this guy, he's been in the politics, all right? In 2006, I wrote a book about statecraft to explain what I felt was missing from the foreign policy, blah, blah, blah. It says involved. So he's been involved in the diplomatic, economic, military, intelligence, management, information organization. All right. To advance interests, deter threats, defend our country. So this dude, he's all up in there. He knows everything that's going on, concerning America and the ins and out of how, Babylon, is operating. Okay, the different offices. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. It says, but the reality is different today. It says internationally, we face China and Russia as global competitors, with China posing both an economic and military challenge. Regionally, we face challenges from Iran and North Korea. America may still be the world's strongest power economically, which that's false. All right, America is trillions of dollars in debt. How is America, still the most strongest economically? All right. In fact, America is on its way to collapsing. Okay. The U.S., Federal Reserve note, is about to go into hyperinflation. Okay. So I'm going to continue to read. It says technology and militarily, and even on the military sense, America is still not. So this, even in this article right here, they're still capping. They're not completely telling the truth because America's military is inferior to Russia. All right, Russia, they have all the advanced nuclear weapons. Okay, and they have more advanced airplanes, jets, fighter jets, okay, compared to America. Okay. They even these other nations even have a better missile defense system than America does. Okay. So, that's actually a lie. Okay. But I'm going to continue to read. It says, but we must now operate in a multipolar world in which we face constraints, and the constraints are not only international, they are also domestic. Let's see. The rise of populist and nationalist policies. Let me see. I'm going to read down. So anyway, pretty much, they're pretty much saying the BRICS, okay, because they mentioned North Korea, Iran, China, Russia. All right. So they're pretty much saying that the BRICS, are superpowers that have pretty much succeeded America. Okay. And this is pertaining to prophecy because really we're about to witness the end of America. We're about to witness, the Lord bringing judgment upon America via the thermonuclear warfare in World War III. All right. So, we're at the end of Esau's rulership. So what the Lord said would happen at the end of this rulership is happening right now. Okay. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3. And I'm gonna start at 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So we're in a time of World War III. Okay, there's there's a struggle, to who's gonna become, the next, world power, because America is no longer, filling that position. Okay, now you got China and Russia trying to be the new, superpower in the earth, But in actuality, according to prophecy, none of those nations are going to come into power. Okay, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right, Yahweh Shai, he's going to make his second coming. Okay, he's going to return to the earth, all right, and establish the kingdom, all right. Because when the Lord returns, he's going to wage war with all these nations, okay, and their armies, and Yahweh Shai is going to win flawlessly, okay. The Lord, he's going to return with the whole host of heaven, all right, the different chariots, or I should say the different angels that are riding in those chariots, the so-called UFOs, they're going to be with the Lord, okay, and they're going to be destroying these nations and their armies, pertaining to the war in heaven. All right, so going back to Joel 3 and 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. All right, so what's happening is, the drums of war, so to speak. All right, here it is. Trump, he's talking about he wants to stop, wars from taking place. He wants to try to prevent World War III. But in actuality, they're just saying that to the public. Really, we're already in World War III. It's just a matter of time before, they announce it to the public. And by the time they announce it to the public, they're going to be calling the draft. Or they're going to have all these things already in place. All right. Which are, again, it's all fulfillment of prophecy, man. All right. World War III has to take place. OK, because the result of World War III is going to be the destruction of America via those thermonuclear missiles. Okay. And in the midst of the missiles being let off, that's when the Lord is going to return, all right, and make war with these nations while America's being pelted with missiles. All right. And then the elect, the 1/3 of the nation Israel, is going to be delivered in this time as well. All right. So I'm going to continue to read Joel 3:10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. And that's what's happening right now. All right. These other nations, all right, they're not investing all of their time, effort, resources, finances into agriculture. All right. They're putting all their efforts into the nuclear arms race. OK, and into the new technology, so they can put it towards their infantry. All right. Their storehouses. OK. So it says, and here's the point I wanted to make. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. OK, so these nations at one point were the weak. All right. America was the big bully on the block. None of these nations would ever think to come up against America. OK, but now, again, those times have changed, even according to this article by Time Magazine. OK, I'm going to read it again. It says, but the reality is different today. All right. So that's the Lord bringing prophecy to pass. OK, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read up. It says, over the past several decades, the world order has shifted. Today, the United States is no longer it says unipolar uber power. meaning single. All right. Singly, uber power. And this shift has dramatic implications for those inside and outside of our borders. Okay, so there's been a shift. Okay, going back to Joel 3:10, let the weak say I am strong. All right, so now, America, was the main one with nuclear capabilities. Now these other nations have nuclear weapons now. All right, and these nations, their nuclear weapons has superseded, all right, the technology of America. Okay, so again, we're witnessing prophecy happen right before our eyes. Verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right, because World War III is being stirred up by the Heavenly Father. Okay, over there in the land of the Middle East, that's where a lot of people in America is going to be shipped to. All right, when this World War III really pop off. Okay. Verse 12, it says, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Okay, which that means the Lord's judgment, or Yahweh's judgment, which is the valley of Yahweh's judgment is in the Middle East. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Yeah, because the Lord is getting all these nations together in World War III. All their armies are going to be there. And then when the Lord got them in one spot, that's when Yahweh Shai is going to return to destroy all the armies on the earth. Okay. That's why in the book of Revelations, it said he had many crowns on his head, because that's representative of all these nations that he's going to take down. All right. In the kingdom, all right, all the nations, the heathens, they're going to be subjection under us. Yasharallah. All right. There's not going to be any, autonomous, countries out there. All right. Yahweh Shai, he's coming to subdue everything and everyone. Okay. So that's who's going to win, World War III. It's Yahweh Shai ultimately. All right. You got these nations like China, Russia. They think they're going to be the next up, to rule the earth. All right. But really, Yahweh Shai is going to return in the midst of World War III. All right. To level the score, man. All right. To take these nations out, put these nations underneath our feet. All right. And Yahweh Shai is going to take the nation of Israel from the bottom. All right. And put them on top. OK, starting with the elect. So Yeah, I'll get another precept and I'll begin to close out. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. And I'm going to start at 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. And that's what the time we're in. All right. That's why Trump keeps mentioning World War III and how they want to build an iron dome for America. All right. Verse 23, it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? All right. In America, this is speaking of America. OK, America was the hammer, that bully. All right. Anybody come up against America will look at Hiroshima, big, what was it, with those two bombs, those two, atomic bombs. Okay. All right. What was it, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, roughly paraphrasing. I said roughly paraphrasing, but I can't pronounce their name. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Let me look it up real quick. Okay, it was Nagasaki. That's what it was. Here it is. This is the Wikipedia. Atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, it says on August 6th and 9th, 1945, the United States detonated 2 atomic bombs over the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, respectively. It says the bombings killed between 150,000 and 246,000 people, most of whom were civilians, and they remain the only use of nuclear weapons in an armed conflict. Japan surrendered to the Allies on 15 August 6, days after the bombing of Nagasaki and the Soviet Union's declaration of war against Japan and the invasion of Japanese-occupied Manchuria. It said the Japanese signed the instrument of surrender on 2nd September, effectively ending the war. So when America dropped those 2 bombs, okay, on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, that was pretty much it. Japan was through, and they surrendered because they didn't want any more death. Okay, and those bombs' name was Little Boy and Fat Man. That's what those bombs were named. Okay, so going again back to Jeremiah 50 and 23, it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Again, America was that hammer. Okay, and none of these nations would dare come up against America. All right, but now the times has changed. Okay, now we're in the time of the fall of America. That's why it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Because these nations, they're going to shoot their missiles on America. All right. The scriptures say, all ye that bend the bow. So every nation that's capable of nuclear warfare, every nation that has missiles are going to shoot those missiles on America. It says, how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right. And this is all according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, that America is destroyed in this fashion. OK, because America, is wicked. All right. And the level of blasphemy and the level of wickedness has reached into the heavens, and Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make a great example. All right. I'm going to continue to read. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Yeah, in America, all manners of wickedness and abomination takes place in on this land. Okay. And then on top of that, you got the highest levels of blasphemy towards Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. This is a ungodly nation. Okay. So America has striven against Yahweh Shema Shai. So the Lord is going to destroy it, just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. Verse 25, it says, the Lord hath opened his armory. All right. So the missiles that are in the earth, that's Yahweh Shema Shai's technology. All right. The Lord put the spirit on the scientists to split the atom, all right, in order to produce these missiles. Okay. So all the missiles that are in the earth right now, the Lord pretty much got the heathens to make it for him. And then they're going to be used for his purpose. Okay. It says the Lord hath opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation. And what is the weapons of Yahweh Shema Shai's indignation? That's talking about the ICBM. All right. And when we read on, it's going to tell you about the ICBM, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. It says, for this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Verse 26, it says, come against her from the uttermost border. All right. Speaking of America, come against her from the uttermost border, Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. All right. From one border to the other. Okay. So that's how you know that the missiles are indeed in the scriptures, man. The nuclear missiles are indeed within the Bible. All right. We're living in Bible prophecy as we speak. It says, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. That's what's going to happen to America. It says, let nothing of her be left. All right. So that's, again, America's going to be made that example. All right. And in the kingdom, when the kingdom is established after this world, is taken over by Yahweh Shema Shai and the elect. All right. America, what's going to be left of America is going to be nothing but a wilderness. It's going to be a desert wasteland. All right. It's just going to be a landmass. It's just going to be a desert. That's the only thing that's going to be left after the fire dies down from the missiles. All right. It's just going to be dunes. All right. And that land is going to be barren and nothing's going to be able to really grow there like that. All right. The scriptures speak about the only, creatures that are going to be there are doleful creatures, like desert creatures, and when you see in the kingdom, when you look at that land, as a desert wilderness. All right. That's going to be a memorial for, a nation or a kingdom that was established in wickedness. All right. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. If you go over there, they got the highest concentration of sulfur. OK, it's higher than normal over in that land. All right. Where Sodom and Gomorrah was in the surrounding cities. All right. Well, now the Lord is going to use the same elements that's going to be contained in those nuclear missiles. All right. And the Lord is going to make America their next example. OK. So yeah, we're in that time of World War III. All right. America, it's no longer the bully on the block. All right. And these other nations are getting ready to come against Babylon. All right. And Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his return to deliver the elect. All right. And to subdue the earth, man. So we're in a time where the time is short. The Lord is speeding everything up, man. Especially since, your boy Trump is in office. All right. The Lord's going to have everything move fast, man. All right. For the sake of the elect. OK. So Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. I want to say, call all Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Wadash. Double honors to our apostle and elder, the great millstone, who taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to those that are hopeful elect. Shalom and a bar.